I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby. That's Gary Ashby. I'm David Thetford, and we're looking forward to a great Saturday. Going to have a fun show here today. Yeah, that's the plan anyway.
I thought you meant after we left here.
Yeah, once we get through here,
we're going to have a great Saturday. David's got grandkids in town.
Yep,
and I'm going to go golf.
Well, yeah, I'm not golfing, but we got grandkids, and a lot. It already started yesterday, so here we go.
Well, and you got Lubbock grandkids, so that's business as usual. But these are your Colorado.
Rachel and Jordan and Clark is here, so she's 16 months old, and she's a lot of fun. She's really happy.
That's a good age.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So anyway, we're going to last week on the show we had Paul Page, the Friendship basketball coach, and he's always a lot of fun. They won it. They won it. And he's a great coach and doing a great job out at Friendship, but he's a faithful listener to our show. I hope he's got his cap on this morning. Gave him a cap. He didn't wear it last week.
He did not.
Hopefully he's listening this morning. And he's a lot of fun and does a great job. So that was good to have him on. And then we had Coach Joey McGuire on the phone. And I got to tell you, Gary, he did an amazing – he was wonderful. I've had so many comments about his appearance on the show on the phone, but it was still great.
Yeah. Well, people said, hey, y'all did such a great – well, we just said, hey, Coach, how you doing?
Yeah,
and got out of the way. He's really special.
He really is. He's an amazing guy and a great coach, and we're going to do wonderful things here.
We're going to have his wife on in the near future.
Yeah, we almost had her today. What really was the thing that got it? You know, they got all these transfer portal guys in.
Oh,
a bunch of them, and they're having to entertain and show them around, and she just could. She really tried hard, and I appreciate Debbie doing that. She tried really hard to make it work today because she was going to come in the studio. And just couldn't do it, but she will be on
one of these days.
Future. Yep, she's always a lot of fun to have on.
And we mentioned last week how in the recruiting, I think we had only averaged like 45,000 per kid, and I think UT was over 200,000, and Alabama was $250,000 per kid. I really think we were saving some of our money for the portal. So, and the portal, I think it seems to be going pretty well. We got a special guest on today, Matt Dowdy.
Yeah,
he should know stuff.
He should.
Now, whether he can share stuff, I don't know.
That's the key.
But it won't keep us from asking him.
Yeah, and put him on the spot.
Yeah, we're going to ask
him. He may not show up now.
Oh, shoot.
That we said. But I have something special for you when you come today, Matt. So make sure you come.
Oh. Because
you're going to want it. But
and speaking of special, we got a special guy coming in at the top of the next hour. Shawn Gray. And if that name rings a bell this week, it's because last week he won the you win saddles and you wear belt buckles, but this one he won. Hey, and if Shawn owes you money, you might meet him up here today.
Good time to
because he happens to have some walking around money.
Yeah,
he's got. I think him and his partner each won over $150,000.
Well, their total was $265,000. That's what this says. I don't know. That's what this says.
Well, I'll tell you something else, though. He by himself won another deal that was, we'll have to ask him, and he may not tell us.
Yeah.
Like $30,000. And Shawn's not the type of guy that would go around saying, hey, look at me. Here's my saddle.
Here's my saddle.
Here's my belt buckle. I told him to bring in some of that stuff. Not the cash, but
bring the cash.
But some of the other stuff that they gave him, I hope he does.
We'd like to look at the cash. Seminoles Orlando Jaregi. He's gonna have to tell us how to say it. Jaregi he was his partner in the team roping competition.
And I think they'd only roped together like 4 times.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're a team that's been together for all these years. And
Ryan Aycock ropes with Shawn all the time. They team rope together, but he left Aycock
Ryan
home.
Back in Lubbock.
Left him at home. We're trying to win, Ryan. Trying to win.
But well, be curious to see how Ryan does. Shawn will shoot us straight. How good Ryan is. I will say this: Ryan's daughter's a lovely little girl, and she's friends of my granddaughter. As long as we're talking grandkids today, and they were in the play at Cooper this week, and I went out there and videoed it, and I wished I could show y'all on video because it's sure cute.
Yep.
Because they got to do stuff
How old
side
is she?
by side. 9.
9 years old.
Yeah, 9 years old. They're still sweet at that age and hadn't got quite to junior high, and
yeah.
So
junior high is what messes them up.
Well, you got to have good friends.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, watch your kids' friends. That's very important. So
Gary struggled with his friends in junior high, but it turned out that Gary was the problem.
That's right. See, the parents didn't know back then.
They said, "Don't run around with Ashby." That's the key.
No, I'm nothing. If nothing else, I am a good friend.
Yeah, you are.
I will be a good friend.
Let me light that for you.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about smoking in the alley in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
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 Well,
that's what I was talking about.
Okay. I'd almost forgot
Don't you
about
remember
that.
Don't you remember the truck that would come out there? We'd go out there and get Slim Jims and make our suicide drink. You know, you get some of every one of them.
Yeah, like you're getting to them if you get a little bit of everything.
And get Smarties for the rest of the day to eat in class.
I will say this. Here's part of my childhood memories is the lunch wagon I think you're referring to.
We called
Sweet
it the truck.
Sweet rolls.
You know about honey buns?
Honey buns, barbecue potato chips.
Yep.
These are some of the things I remember from. And we could see if you could do this today. We were over at Bayless Elementary, and Atkins is around the corner over there. It's probably
Not far,
but around the corner. And we would just leave at lunch and ride our bikes or walk over to the lunch wagon. And but I remember that. And then we'd get even wilder. We'd go all the way to Briarcroft Shopping Center. You know, this is flipping 12-year-old, 11-year-old, 10-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Just take off and go at lunch. And I remember tater tots. Those are some of the wonders of the world, tater tots, barbecue chips, and honey buns.
Now, you went to Bayless, all the way through Bayless.
Uh-huh.
Did you go a year at Atkins?
Yeah, I was a Cyclone.
For 1 year?
No, I was a Whirlwind.
Yeah, Whirlwind. For 1 year. Then you went to Evans.
Yeah, I was a Falcon and an Eagle.
Yep.
Yeah, and we didn't move because we had to. A lot of kids disappeared and they went out to Cooper. Cooper was where you went if you got in trouble in Lubbock.
Yeah.
They sent you out to Cooper.
Now Cooper's booming.
Yeah. Oh, Cooper's booming. Let me tell
amazing.
you, that play I went to the other day, those halls were just full of folks.
Yeah.
I mean, just and just wonderful group out there at Cooper.
So that's where they sent you, huh? It's kind of like Venezuela sending their people up here.
Yeah, it's like Venezuela sending them here. We would send them out to Cooper. So
now I get it.
Yeah. That's the truth.
Well, it's I've seen that new school at Liberty. Oh my goodness, that is a gorgeous school.
I have not seen it.
Beautiful.
I haven't been out there, but I'm sure it is. I mean,
yep.
They're not going to build one like Hodges. Did away with Hodges.
I know it.
What were they? The Hodges
and Overton.
Hodges.
I can't remember.
Haynes
Hawks.
Hodges.
Haynes is gone too.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
Gone.
At least Hodges still has the building. I don't know what they're going to do with it. But
you can drive by there and say, "That's where I went." Nobody goes there
here's
anymore.
a sign that you might be in
the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter,
yeah.
You might be getting. I was going to say elderly, but not really elderly. But you might be in the fourth quarter. Is if you was in the first class, the very first class ever at a brand new school, Haynes. And now they've torn it down because it's so old. No. You might be getting old.
It's not even there.
That's a sign.
We were there. We were there to start
it's houses now, isn't it?
Murchison was with me. Murchison was with me.
Yeah. Speaking of friends.
Speaking of hanging with friends. People you need to stay away from.
That's exactly
That was a lot of fun. It still is.
Had a busy week since last we met.
You did?
Just the world.
Oh, the world
did.
The
world in general had a busy week. We had the NCAA football championship deals, and I it couldn't have gone much better. I thought it was a wonderful week of football.
Yeah.
With
the championship
games.
I know what you're talking about.
Those football games.
Yeah.
And I spent my entire Saturday on my hind end or back, eyes usually open. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'd nod off, but watching college football.
Well, I did too. It was so good.
I don't do that very often, but I sure enjoyed it.
Well, how about Arizona State just kicking the dog out of Iowa State? That surprised me they beat them that badly.
I have not even looked to see how we did last week, but we all took Arizona State. I know that.
Yeah. I was 4-0 in the college games.
You need to start betting, David. Make you some walking around money.
I did lose the Tech basketball game.
Let's see. I had Texas -3, so that was not a good bet.
Mm-mm.
I had SMU -2.5. Once again, not a good bet. And we both had Oregon. And I had A&M. I had A&M
in basketball.
Beating Tech in basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
The line was Tech was favored by 1.5. I couldn't even, when I went back and looked it up, Tech was favored.
Yeah.
We don't have our leading scorer or rebounder, and A&M's ranked number 22 in the country. Well, let's make Tech the favorite. They're playing at a neutral site. You just can't hardly figure it out, can you?
No, but Tech is good.
And we almost won.
Yeah. Boy, don't you hate it. We finally get to play A&M, and our best overall player, rebounder, scorer, all that, can't play. Just luck of the Aggies.
Anyway.
Don't say that very often.
Nope.
Luck of the Aggies. All right, since last we met, we had a couple of celebrities that have passed on. You want to know who?
Yep.
All right. Rocky Colavito. What a great name.
Yep.
I really think the name's what kept me out of the big leagues. If I'd had Rocky Colavito, I'm there.
You should have changed your name.
Still playing.
If you really wanted to play,
making
you
big bucks.
Changed your name.
Rocky Colavito. And then the amazing, what? The amazing Kreskin. He died at the age of 89.
I
wonder if he knew he was going to die.
Yeah, he did. I bet he predicted it.
Yeah, I bet he was living the great life the last year going,
It's amazing that I would know amazing was Kreskin.
The amazing Kreskin.
Yeah.
And then if I'd have said Rocky, I don't think you'd have got Colavito.
No, I'd have said Balboa.
Yeah.
He died.
Yeah.
Or
Rocky Marciano.
He's still alive.
Rocky Marciano.
Yeah. He's probably
Rocky
already dead.
Albertus.
He's still alive.
Yeah. There's not a lot of Rockies, but there are some. And you know what? I don't know that I've ever met a Rocky or seen a Rocky. It wasn't pretty darn tough.
Yeah.
That you're pretty sure could whoop you. Yeah.
I wasn't going to try him. Well, since last week, now then, we couldn't talk about it last week, but we can this week. That's because Garrett McGuire, coaching Debbie's son, is coming to Texas Tech. I thought he was going to be receivers coach, but it looks like he's going to be the running backs coach.
Oh, I thought it was quarterbacks. He's a running back.
And quarterbacks, I think.
Maybe it's our offensive coordinator.
This says Texas Tech coaching staff as the running backs coach.
All right,
I know that Debbie and
Dowdy'll know,
and Joey are so excited to have him here.
God, don't you know it?
That's so fun to get your son here, and he's coached in the NFL.
Well, you send them off to get some hair on their belly, hoping that they do well enough that you can bring them back.
Yep,
and he did.
He
went off and
last year was at Nebraska.
Because you can't just hire your kid because you want to hire your kid, because that don't work.
No,
I've seen it.
He better be able to produce, and you know that Joey wouldn't have brought him here if he didn't think he could.
Yeah. Well, he has and will.
He has. He was wide receivers coach at Nebraska last year, 2 years with the Carolina Panthers as a coaching assistant in 2021 and an offensive assistant in 2022. So NFL experience.
Pretty good hair on his
We'll get him on here before long. I don't know when it slows down to get him on here. We had last week.
Maybe he'll come in with his mom.
Maybe that'd be nice.
What do you think?
That'd be nice. Good. We could get some old stories, couldn't we, about
him? Yeah. Right after the top of the hour, we're going to have Brad Wyatt.
Good. I thought he was calling at 9:20.
I said top of the hour, didn't I?
Yeah.
I meant after this break.
Okay.
We're going to have Brad Wyatt on and talk about the shoe tree, the giving tree.
They've got it going on, I'm telling you. Well, that'll be fun to talk.
Did you ever read that book, The Giving Tree?
No.
Yeah. It's good. Y'all get it, read it to your kids.
I don't. Well, I might have, but I don't remember.
I bet you have.
Rich Rodriguez is going back to West Virginia as the head football coach.
He almost came. Isn't he the one that we almost hired?
Well, we would have hired him
except for Don Burney.
Except his wife didn't like it here. Yeah, Don Burney.
Yeah, I guess that would have been right at the turn of the century because wasn't he going to come in for Spike? Take Spike's place?
Maybe. His wife did. Wasn't it his wife did not like it? She didn't want to come here or somebody's wife didn't want to. I can't remember. Thought it was Rich.
Yeah.
But
if you stay here a while, you'll be glad you're here. But,
oh, my gosh.
You know, if you just drive around the loop once, you may not go, I got to have some of that. But if you actually stay here for a week, the
loop's nice, though.
You'll be happy.
He was 60 and 26 in 7 seasons at West Virginia. That's pretty good. That's pretty dang good. 60 and 26.
And I'll tell you what, he's taken the place of a really – no, that's West Virginia. Well, he's taking the place of a good guy, too.
He is taking West Virginia.
But I was talking about the North Carolina deal where they're getting a new coach and Mac Brown's exiting stage right, and what a great guy Mac Brown is.
Well, Neil Brown is the one that's exiting from West Virginia.
Stage left.
If your name is Brown,
it's not a good week.
You're done.
You're done.
But Neil did a great job there. And
Neil will find work,
former Red Raider coach.
He will find employment.
Mac Brown's just going to take it easy, isn't he? He's not going to look for another job. Just going to retire.
Gosh, I would think we need to have him on.
But
he's been on the show before, and he did a great job, and he's a good man.
He's a good guy. He really is.
And he's like every other UT guy down there. You go, I don't like him. I don't like him. And then you meet him and go, okay, all right, I like him.
Well, he's best buddies with Spike.
That helps.
He was a really great
he's
friend.
not a jerk if he's best buds with Spike.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway.
So congratulations to Rich Rodriguez for going back to a place he's already been.
Well, did he leave there, I guess, or was he fired there?
No, I think you're 60 and 26, they don't fire you.
Yeah, that's right.
Usually.
Well, I don't know. If you're at UT or places like that, they will.
Yep. He's been at 6 different schools.
A&M would fire you.
He earned a conference and national coach of the year honor seven times.
National?
It's what it says. National coach of the year honor 7 times. This probably was a conference.
He might have wrote that himself.
Conference deal.
Yeah, I would see that. I'd say that's possible. Even that's pretty
impressive.
Remarkable.
It really is.
To say the least. Hey, real quickly, just got a texter said, we have a new ops person for baseball. Yes, we do. Nolan Hester. I think he spent 1 year here and had a good year for Tech, and they had a good team while he was here. And we need to have Nolan Hester on the show.
Where's he been?
Don't know.
Let's have him on. I started to print that out today, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. I saw it, but I didn't print. I did know it was Nolan Hester, but that's all I know.
Yeah. But anyway, congratulations to Nolan. Congratulations to Tech Baseball. That ought to be an interesting job. That sounds like something that would be interesting. Hey, we'll be back with more Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby right after this break.
Sports Talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
No, do that spot.
Golf USA at 67th and Indiana Avenue. This is another great place. And so many women are playing golf today, so it's a great place to go shop. They have men's and women's apparel, equipment, the whole deal at Golf USA. Stacy Nicks, they can fit you for clubs. And if you come in by the 23rd, they can have them for you for Christmas morning. No, I'm just kidding. They can't do it that quick, but they're really good at Golf USA. And they got everything your golfer would like at Golf USA. So go see them, 67th in Indiana. And I was in.
I saw Mike yesterday at the golf course.
You did, Mike Moya?
He's doing great.
He is doing great.
Yeah, he's doing great.
And we were at HC Thrash Clothier yesterday downtown. We went by one, the Kingsgate one, but went downtown because that's where Jeremy was, and he helped us. Man, that is the store. I'll tell you more about it.
Oh, at Christmas time?
In a minute. Okay. All right, I was talking about HC Thrash Clothier Company. Howard Thrash, what an amazing guy, and what a wonderful store. It is the finest men's store in the country.
Oh,
it
you
really
want to
it
give
would be
your
there.
Husband, your brother,
your roping partner,
your roping partner. If you want to get him something
really
quality
nice
for Christmas,
it's so great. Great.
It is the best.
Good guy. All right, go see him, 2010 Broadway.
There's
and also
a testimonial
in Kingsgate.
from a rodeo champion.
Yeah, from a rodeo guy.
I've shopped there for years. It's a great store.
It is.
Jeremy's one of my good friends.
Jeremy is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said he had a friend.
Well, Taylor's friend.
Yeah.
I bet Tanner's his friend.
Three. He's
got 3 friends.
He just had another little
right.
baby.
He did.
They just had another little child. Got 3 now.
All right, I was wanting to show you guys, and if I can dig it up, and I'm going to dig it up for you, I'm going to show you this, what won a lot of money.
Well, it's really quick.
Like $300,000.
Shawn Gray is here, by the way. He is the world champion. Is it world? Let's say that.
I mean, I guess you could call it that, yeah.
For this week, it is.
World champion this week.
Show them your belt buckle. Can you stand up and show them your belt buckle? That's a good-looking belt buckle now, guys.
It is. I bet that's expensive.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not plastic.
It probably
is
didn't
it?
cost as much as they paid me.
Oh, yeah, I know it. Can you believe
They're
that?
still in the red.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was incredible.
But here's how they dig up the money. It's not like they're losing money paying these guys that much money. What does it cost to enter this thing?
Well, you have to qualify throughout the year. It's kind of like I'd kind of relate it to like the golf tour. Like you got to go to qualify.
Yeah, you got to pay entry fees.
And then you once you qualify, then you can enter the finale, they call it, and the entry fees are $2,000 a side, so $4,000 a team.
Okay, and they don't charge the horse.
No.
Okay.
And then the roping that I won had like 400 teams in it. So
there you
have it. Oh my gosh.
400 times.
Out of 400, you won it all.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. Thank you.
That really is.
Well, it is. Anyway, David, I was going to try and show you all the deal, and I'm going to, but I didn't get that far yet. He said, "Hey, just Google Shawn Gray."
Yeah.
So I Googled Shawn Gray.
I did too.
And the first thing that comes up is Shawn Gray, serial killer.
I saw that too.
And rodeo champion.
Well, you spelled the last name wrong. If you'd have spelled it right.
Yeah.
He is rodeo champion and serial killer. That is so great.
All right. It's quite a combination.
I don't know why it keeps doing stuff like
Well, I saw the video, and it's really impressive. Now, tell me your horse's name. Your horse has got a name, doesn't it?
Yeah, we just call him Fred.
Fred?
Yeah.
Fred the horse.
There was a guy.
Now, what's your Orlando's horse's name? It's not Fred. Wilma, is it?
No, his horse didn't even have a name until like 2 weeks ago. Like they like buy and sell and trade horses. So like
he's from Seminole.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they just come in and out of there all the time. So
no,
a lot of times you don't name them.
But you bragged on his horse.
No, his horse was
interview.
amazing. Yeah. He won. So we won 2 ropings together, and then he won second. And another one, he won like over $250,000 his part.
Whoa!
Like he won a lot.
Well, yeah. you won another deal. What was it? By yourself. You didn't need Orlando. Didn't you win something?
No, me and Orlando won. We won 2 ropings.
Oh, y'all won 2
yes.
deals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
all
we
right.
won the finale, which is the big one, and then they had another one that's kind of like a add-on. It's like a $400 a man fees, which is still way more than we roped for all year long. So it was still a really.
Is
good
this
one.
the same deal that John Copeland?
Yes.
Won.
Yep.
Because they won 200-something thousand.
Yep.
Yeah, same deal. You ever see John?
I didn't see him this year. He texted me after I won, though, and told me, "Welcome to the club."
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, but I do see him.
He's still roping, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
He stays out in Arizona in the wintertime now. That's like around Phoenix.
Yeah.
And they just it's like the roping capital of the world in the wintertime.
So Gary and I were
Is there
talking.
like a senior division for like John Copeland, because he's no spring chicken?
No, but there's lower numbered divisions. Like I won the 13 division, which like they classify you 3 to 10 based on your ability.
Okay.
And so
then you add up you and add up Orlando.
Yes.
Both
So
of y'all.
Orlando was a 6 and I was a 7. So
y'all were 13.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's about as high as there is. Was there a higher one than that?
It goes to 15.
Yeah, y'all were 13. I don't even know what these things mean. 13.5 is what it says.
Well, yeah.
Highest
just call
division.
it 13. You don't have to add the
It
half
said
in
had
there.
highest division, 13.5. The duo pocketed over $265,000
Yep.
in Las Vegas. That's pretty cool.
Not to mention that other deal. I hope you don't mind us mentioning to the listeners that if you owed them money, that now would be a good time to swing on by and pick it up.
I'm surprised I hadn't had anybody call yet.
All right, I'm going to get this going, and then your TV, folks, get near your TV, and I'm going to show you.
And this is Fred the horse.
Yeah.
Fred
the horse.
Sean.
What's the cow's name?
We don't know. We don't know him.
You don't know any of them. You don't know one of them?
You could call him Caught.
Caught.
Rope.
Does the cow go?
But is that a pretty important piece of the deal? You have to have a pretty good, or are they all about
you got to draw good. No.
Okay, I didn't know they're all
have to
about
draw
good. Okay, you got one that gives like a head fake.
They do, and some of them run a lot faster than others.
Well, you want a slow one?
You want a slower one, yeah.
Yeah.
And one that, hops good. Because they do. Some will, drag their feet, and some will lower their head.
Yeah.
And we'll give credit to Pete Christie for this.
Yeah, Pete posted it. That's where I got this was Pete deal. Pete Christie.
KCBD Sports. All right, you ready?
But anyway,
I guess I ought to practice once for
it's really quick. I mean, because they do it so fast. And what your horse does is amazing. Your horse knows exactly what's going on, don't they?
No, they're highly trained.
They know when to stop, slam on the brakes, the whole deal. Mm-hmm. That was impressive.
Gotta wait on the commercial.
Okay. So we're going to show it
talking
on TV. We'll get closer, so you be ready.
Oh, I can skip it.
Oh, okay, good. I told you to get closer. There they go. Yep. Have you ever wondered what the cow thinks you're doing? What in the world is going on here?
Well, they're farm animals.
Yeah.
Still.
Do they go out and live on the farm after this is all over?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And they treat them pretty good.
Somebody told me about calf roping, that those calves were just looking for a place to die. Some of the ones that the certain breeds, like your Jerseys or Holsteins, that they tie down, that they calf rope, because you can't rope a big 400-pound calf. You got to rope the smaller ones, and they are pretty traumatized.
They can die pretty easy, yeah. But they die whether you rope them or not. They get sick real easy. They're just their immune system's not great.
That's pretty cool. Wasn't it quick, Gary?
Yeah,
you do it fast.
Well, I liked your interview when you sort of said, I've been coming here for all these years, and I said, kept saying, why not me?
Yeah.
And the interviewer said,
the most I'd ever won out there prior to that was I think I won $18,000 one time, which is a lot, but I've spent a lot of money out there going.
In the casinos?
No, I'm not a huge gambler, but out there trying to win something.
Yeah.
So it was nice to finally get the big one.
Yeah. Because how old are you, Sean?
I'm 42.
So you can just keep going.
Or 41.
Y'all got it now, don't you? Y'all can keep going.
Yeah.
Winning more and more and more.
I may start doing this because I've never done it. I've only been on a horse
need some money or
times. No. I noticed you don't have to get off the horse. You used to have to hop off the horse and go tackle.
Well, that's a different event.
That's calf roping.
Yeah.
But here's the deal.
As long as you don't have to do that.
If you were to do this now, you would get off the horse, but not on purpose.
Yeah. That's right.
Gary's down on the ground.
Okay, I'm not.
Did you see him slam on the brakes? That horse slammed on the brakes when you got him on the back, on the heel.
Hey, your dad, good guy. Your dad's
Yeah.
You got to have some growing up stories. His dad's Brooks Gray, and Brooks. One of my favorite stories of all time is your dad's story about not making the high school baseball team. And do you want to tell it? Or you want me to tell it?
He's going to be mad at me.
Well, he made you do it. He can't get mad at you.
I guess he was like in 9th or 10th grade, but he wanted to, and he didn't grow up like in a sports family, or they grew up in a rodeo family, but he wanted to try out for he grew up in Albuquerque, and he wanted to try out for the baseball team. Well, they would let anybody try out, and I guess everybody liked him, and he was so nice, and I doubt he was very good.
Great guy.
He never played, or, he didn't have any experience, but they didn't want to cut him, so they just told him that they didn't have a jersey for him.
Yeah.
Well, he went home and was like, well, I'll fix that right quick. Or no, he went home and told his mom.
Yeah.
And his mom was like, well, I'll fix that right quick, and went in there and made him one, stitched him one up. I think she gave him, it was either 00 or 99.
Did they let him be on the team?
Yes, and so he showed up to practice the next day. He was like, "Look, Coach, I got a jersey," because the coach told him like, "Hey, Brooks, we would really love to have you.
Yeah.
You're a good player."
And Brooks believed him.
But we don't have. So he showed up and said, "Man, I got a jersey. I'm here.
Yeah,
You don't no need to worry.
Make your own uniform."
So I think he traveled around with them all year long, and I think they finally let him in. They're
sort of
last
a Rudy
game of the
story.
season. It was a Rudy story. I don't think he hit a home run or anything.
He got to wear his uniform, his jersey. Yeah. That's funny. Did it look similar to the rest of the team?
No, I think it did.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, that's a great story.
Well, we were wondering what was wrong with your dad. Do you know?
He's a unique.
He is very unique. We love him.
He's funny.
He really is funny.
He was out there.
Oh, Vegas. He was?
Yep.
Good.
First time he had ever been out there to watch me.
Where do they have this at? What arena?
It's at the South Point.
In this big, huge deal.
It's a casino built to host equestrian events. Like they have big indoor arenas and
everything's big
stalls
in Vegas, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
that's funny.
It's an amazing place.
Well, back to your dad, real quickly. He was a rodeo guy.
Yes.
Very good roper, pretty good roper, great roper.
Very good. Yeah, he was
very good roper.
Mm-hmm.
Did he ever go out to Vegas to rope, or is that sort of?
No, he never. When he went like in the 70s and 80s, you either had to, you couldn't. See if I can explain this right. There was like an amateur association and a professional association. Well, a lot of the guys that went to the amateur would, compete in the professional just as well, but they wouldn't let you hold two cards. You had to pick one or the other. And like where he grew up in New Mexico, the amateur rodeos were bigger. Honestly, they were bigger and better and probably closer and everything. So he always went amateur, but he dominated pretty well in that association.
In team roping or
yes,
calf roping?
Yeah.
Team roping.
Team roping, yeah.
All right, who is better? And shoot us straight here. Your dad or Gary Cobb?
Man, I got no comment on that.
There you go.
Cobb signs my checks.
I know.
One of them's your dad and the other one's your boss.
Yeah.
So that's a good answer.
That was a really good answer.
We will accept that as an answer. All right.
What are you looking for?
Y'all tell Shawn he can still shoot pool. I don't know. Well, they don't have their names on here. Y'all tell Shawn he still can't shoot pool from an old friend. You got an old friend that knows that you can't shoot pool.
I'll be dang.
You thought you were pretty good, didn't you? Do you shoot a lot of pool?
No, I used to.
We used to
when I was
play a
like
lot.
in high school and stuff.
Like a sort of rodeo.
Yeah,
You know, go hang in bars. And
there's a bar probably pretty close to just about every.
We used to play over in Levelland, over at Andy's Hideaway. I don't know if you know, if somebody's out there listening and can remember Andy's Hideaway. They had just rows of pool tables in one room, and it's a big place.
Here in Lubbock?
No, in Levelland.
Oh, okay.
And then in the back room they had rows of snooker tables, and we had more fun. And every table had a 5-gallon bucket for spit.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody out there remembers it.
I wonder if they still play snooker.
Snooker's more fun.
Have you seen a snooker table in the last 20 years?
I don't think I've ever
It
played
had these
snooker.
little bitty
It's fun.
pockets.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to go right into a snooker pocket.
We used to play quite a bit. Ropes had out at Ropesville. They had
a little, yeah.
Yeah, they had 2 pool tables and a snooker table in the middle. We played all the time there. It was
I've
great.
been there. And,
All right. So you grew up around rodeo.
Uh-huh.
All right. The rodeo's over. You go to the bars, and what happens in those bars?
Well,
For those of us that
same thing that happened when you go to the bar, I'm sure. But no, there's a lot of pool tables.
All right, do the women gravitate toward the champions, the guys with the fancy belt
I don't
buckles
know
like
about
you
that.
got on, or?
I mean,
That's where all this was going.
allegedly they might.
It always is going there.
Well, you know they do. That's just the way it works.
So these women that you meet like that,
Now, is that where'd you meet your wife?
they're nice people.
Not after a rodeo.
Okay.
No.
Where did you meet your wife?
We actually went to Cooper together.
Okay.
And then, but
did you have to go out to Cooper, or did you? People aren't watching the entire show. They don't know. The kids in Lubbock that got in trouble had to go out to Cooper.
No, I didn't have to. we kind of were in the Slayton School District out there east of town. And so my dad didn't want me to go there, so we went to Cooper.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So
all right. Did you play athletics or did you rodeo?
I did play all sports until I was in the 9th grade, and then we had a weekly night jackpot at my house. My dad put on a team roping jackpot like on Thursdays, and so I would miss practice every Thursday to go rope, and then I would. And then
that goes
I
over well.
Play. Yeah, it didn't go over well. So, and that's what I wanted to do anyways. I mean, I was pretty, I was big into it at that age and was winning a lot. And
you had a lot of friends doing it too, I imagine. Or several.
Not too many around here, but yeah, across the state I did for sure. So anyways,
you went to local rodeos around there, like at Post, and you go to those rodeos?
No, everywhere. And then our high school rodeos were all over the region, up in the Panhandle, way up in the Panhandle.
Yeah.
And so
it's a lot bigger than people know that Gary and I would.
City slickers, yeah.
It's way bigger now than it was then too. It's really crazy.
Well, we're fixing to go to a break, but can young people make money? Can high school kids make money, or they just get belt buckles and saddles?
But my son rodeos for Tech, and I mean
we'll be right back.
Well,
Shawn Gray is here.
Sports talk conversations with a good laugh mixed in. This is the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Let me get my glasses on and I'll do a spot, which I can see it. River Smith's. If I just could read it, I can know exactly what to say, because River Smith's right across the street over here, and they have the greatest seafood, and we like fried. Seems like most of the time.
Who doesn't? I
know it, but they got all kinds. Their salads are really tremendous. They really are. It's a great restaurant. Chris does a tremendous job of keeping everything just perfect every day. They make everything fresh every day, tartar sauce, everything fresh every day. And it is a great restaurant. They do catering by small or large numbers.
Boy, do they.
Big time. And all at River Smith, so go see them. 5th and Avenue Q. Plains Capital Bank, and that is the long-time great supporter of Texas Tech in our community. And there are locations all over the city of Lubbock. And I know most young people today just never go into a bank. They bank on their phone or their computer. But I've been in the bank a couple of times this week, and I like going inside. I don't know why, because I'm old, I guess. And that's just how we always did it. But Plains Capital Bank, they are locally owned. Well, for years and years now, they're owned by a big group called Hilltop, but still the same great teams, kind of like Quarter Four a little bit. In other words, Barry Ballinger is still the head guy here in Lubbock in this region, and they have tremendous people here, Lubbock people.
All the same people.
All the same people at Plains Capital.
We're back to Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby on Double T 97.3.
Well, we've already done Quarter Four, don't you think? We did a pretty good job on Quarter Four. And R.C. Taylor Distributing Company, they sell convenience store type items all over this part of the state in eastern New Mexico, 150 miles around Lubbock. They will bring it to you and unload it there for you, concession stand people. And you just ought to have an account here and just call them and say, bring me 10 jars of those big pickles. And they'll bring it right out there. And honey buns. That's what we like. Honey buns. They can take care of
9,000 items, so just go out there and look around.
They can help you. All right. That is R.C. Taylor. Shawn Gray is here with us. He's a world champion. Actually, what this is, the West Texas duo wins World Series of Team Roping. Are there people from other countries involved?
Oh, yeah. There's Brazil and Mexico. I almost said Hawaii, but there is a lot of people that come from Hawaii. I don't know. I guess they fly their horses over or borrow them.
Oh, wow.
Borrow a horse?
Yeah.
Can they use your horse?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people do borrow. They do rent them, basically. Yeah. You own 20% of what you win if you use somebody else's horse. Call it mount money is what we call it.
Mount money.
Yep.
We used to call that something else.
What'd you call it? All right.
No, it's a big deal. It's the biggest team roping in the world for sure.
All right. So you load up. You're in Lubbock, Texas, and you're going to Vegas for the rodeo. Do you drive your horse out there?
Yes.
All right. You just one long drive, or you pull over ever?
You could do it both ways. I'm not gonna lie. I actually sent my horse with a buddy this time, and I flew. But I have driven it plenty of times. I just didn't want to lie to these folks, but. This year I did fly out
maybe
there.
this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
In the future, I bet he always does in the future.
See, you fly and you just feel better about yourself. Yeah. You're a winner.
Well, it adds a day and a half, or it adds 3 days to your trip, driving them for sure. So if you're already going to be out there for 5 days, which
somebody
I
else
was,
is already driving some horses,
and they're already going.
In there.
Yeah.
How many horses do you take out there?
I just took one. I kind of wish I would have had two because it was quite a few runs on one, but.
All right, that's my next question. You get out there, and there's 400 entries in your deal, so it's going to take a while to do this. Mm-hmm. Does it go over days?
One roping per day, basically.
All right, so you'll start in the morning.
Because
they
have 3 arenas. They have 3 arenas. They run the same rope. So you run your first one, and you ride right over to another arena, and you run your second one within 5 minutes, and then your third one within 5 minutes.
Okay.
So
do you add up the 3?
Yes.
So when it says 29 seconds, is that adding the 3 together?
That's 4.
Oh, that's adding 4 together.
29.07.
Because I saw that
so
time
that's 7
and
seconds.
I thought 29 seconds. That doesn't seem that good to me. It seemed like you could just trot 4. Out there.
Yeah, but 7 seconds is really good.
Yeah.
Is that how long it takes? And when do they stop the clock? When you break the barrier to start the run.
They start it.
Okay, then when you stop the clock is when you get the heel.
Is like when the heeler heels them and the head horse, they pull them, tight.
Yeah.
And then the head horse has to turn and face the heel horse.
Oh.
So like the head horse is pulling them like this.
So Orlando had to turn
and face. And
okay.
That's when they stop the clock.
But the horse knows to turn and face.
Yes. Yeah.
See, that's what these horses are amazing.
No,
I just saw yours he was setting it. He set it quick.
Yeah.
He knew you had it. Time to set it.
So you add up 3 out of 4 runs or all 3 runs?
So you run your first 3, and then they bring the top 30 back, back to the short run, they call it.
So if you have one bad run,
yeah, you're done.
You're done. Wow.
Oh my gosh, if you miss a heel.
Well, I'm way more impressed than I was.
It's easier, isn't it? Seems like it'd be easier.
Seems like it'd be.
Yeah. I don't even know how you get the rope on the heel.
Yeah. It might be a little easier, but the header is definitely like the quarterback of the team.
Okay.
Like they set the run up. Like they've got to get out of the barrier, and they've got to go catch them, and then they got to what we call handle them good. You can't just run off with them as fast as you can. Then I wouldn't have a chance to. Yeah. So the better a header can get out of the barrier and catch them and handle them, the more successful you'll be.
So Orlando did really good.
Yes, he did. He did awesome. Yeah.
Now is Ryan Aycock a header?
He's a header.
Okay. Is he pretty good?
He's gotten really good in the last. He hadn't been doing it very long, and he's. Ryan will. Y'all know Ryan. He'll figure out a way. I promise you. Nobody works as hard as he does at anything.
He comes from a long line of diligent, hard-working, bullheaded.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but no, he will definitely. I think his goal is to try to go to the finale next year, and I'm gonna dang sure help him make it because he needs to. He's been
by helping him. Do you mean you're going to find him somebody to rope with, or are you going to rope with him?
Well, maybe both. I don't know, but he'll find his own people. I'm just saying, get him prepared to go, and
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this: count me in as a spectator.
You're going.
And then if I really like it, I'll start doing it.
I'd like to see you one time on
the
horse.
You would not. I guarantee you would.
That horse would slam on the brakes and you'd be up over its head. No. You'd be out there laying on the cow.
Now that horse breaks a trot, I'm bailing.
You don't run long.
Well, that brings me to a deal because I think David's assuming that I would get hurt. Have you ever been chunked?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ever
landed on your head?
No, probably not.
Okay.
But I would say everybody's probably been bucked off before in their lifetime.
But never broken anything?
No, but never. But, there is some bad wrecks that guys can get into for sure.
All right. Like I said earlier, your deal is I can see doing that. But that hopping off and wrestling them, do you do that?
No.
Okay.
No, my youngest son does that.
Okay.
Calf roping.
He's 12.
Oh, he's 12.
Yeah.
And he can already rope calves and throw them down?
Well, I wouldn't call it throwing them down. They do what they call nosing them, where they take their nose and they can kind of pull them over themselves.
Like
and
bulldog.
Then they'll fall.
Yeah.
They're not quite. He's not quite big enough to flank them.
Is riding bulls the toughest thing in the whole rodeo business?
Nah.
Or bulldog?
Or bareback?
Bulldog.
What do you mean toughest?
Well, I mean, greatest
hardest
chance
on your
to get
body?
hurt. Yeah.
Oh yeah, bulls probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Bulldogging doesn't seem easy either.
No, you can get in a wreck doing that.
You can.
Yeah.
Well, bareback, isn't it?
Yeah.
That seems. Now then, there's PETA and people like that think that that's sort of cruel. What y'all are doing doesn't seem all that cruel, but when you're on the bull deal, that seems a little cruel. I think I'd probably go along with PETA on this one.
Man, they're y'all don't understand. They're bred to, like that bulls or the horse, the bucking horse or whatever. Their dad and their granddad, like it's been like they've been like
they don't
3
know
or
no
4
better.
generations.
That's all they know.
Of like they're bred to buck. Like they love it.
Yeah.
Like love it.
Well, there's people make a living just
breeding
bucking bulls.
Yeah.
But like the good ones, I mean, when you get in there on their back, like they're trying to buck your butt off as fast.
I think a lot of times it's advantage bull.
It's not like they're not doing it because you're hurting them. They're doing it because it's like it's a
get off of me.
It's a sport to them too, and they're treated
like kings.
I mean, yeah. They're. I mean, you should see how my horses wear coats and stuff. I mean, it's.
Do the women gravitate to them too? The women,
the horses.
He's just hoping you're standing nearby and ain't get noticed. That's my horse.
Yep.
No, the animals are treated, I mean, should be treated if you know what you're doing. They're treated very well.
Yeah.
So PETA shouldn't have a problem.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get into all that.
I don't either. He's the one who brought it up. I don't even care. I mean, we don't treat animals mean or badly. We want to treat them good.
Yeah. I mean, God gave us dominion over all the animals in the fields, didn't he?
Oh,
so
it's a biblical
right.
thing.
He did.
Yeah.
We're just fulfilling the Bible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's sure exciting. And I can't even imagine being in Las Vegas and what they have, these facilities you're talking about. It's got to just be majestic to be out there. You just got to be like, how in the world did I end up here?
That was cool. The stands were packed and people were screaming, and we got to do a victory lap, and I totally butchered that. I did a terrible job. I didn't know what to do. I'd never done one before.
Well, what did you do wrong?
Well,
what would you do better next time?
I couldn't coil my rope up, and I didn't know what to do. And Orlando just comes flying by me on his horse, and he's like, "Come on!" And I mean, and I just kind of trotted
your
mine
rope's
around
all
there.
messed up.
Yeah, and I couldn't. It was just a wreck, man.
My horse is tripping over the rope.
Yes, exactly. It was a wreck. I totally.
Who all was out there watching you from family and stuff?
Just my wife.
And Brooks. What did you say, Brooks?
Well, yeah, Brooks actually wasn't there for the big one that I won. The night before, me and Orlando won the smaller one that I was telling you about.
He was there for that.
He was there for that, but no, I had some some really good friends out there that we all kind of team up and rope together and stuff.
All right, now, if your dad's in the stands, do you know he's up there by? He seemed like he'd be.
He was hollering. Yeah, he was like yelling.
He'd be pretty fun to be.
Yep.
He's just a fun guy. All right, so. Did you have the last run, and when you finished it, you knew you won, or was there like 5 or 6 after you, and you had to sit over there?
No, so what I was telling you earlier, they bring back like the fastest on 3, top 30 fastest on 3, and then they start at 30th and they go to 1. Well, we were 1.
Okay, so you were last.
We were what they call high team back.
Okay.
High team back.
And that's kind of where you want to be.
Well, yeah.
But so we knew we had to be like 8-4, and I think we were like 7-8 or something. So as soon as we roped,
and 8-4 is just.
That's a middle. That's a middle of the. I mean, it's not like I wouldn't say it's easy, but that's kind of that's a good. Like it's a lot better than having to be 7-4 to win it.
Yeah. Well, you have to take risk if you're.
Yeah. You can run up there and kind of take an extra swing or two and still.
All right. How often do you break the little line?
The barrier.
The barrier.
And what is it, like a 5-second penalty?
Yes.
What's the penalty? 5.
Whoa, that'd mess you up.
Yeah, it'd be hard to win if you had that. Did y'all have 5 seconds?
No.
I doubt if anybody ever wins if they have.
No, not very often.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of messes you up from the start. And then the same if you only rope one leg, that's a 5-second penalty too.
Oh.
So you have to rope both back feet.
God, that just seems so hard to me. I watch y'all do it, and I'm just like, they make it look so easy, and I thought that can't be easy.
It's like a lot of sports. It's like the pommel horse. You watch them.
Oh my gosh!
Have
you ever been on a pommel horse?
I don't even know what that is.
Well, that big deal at the Olympics.
Oh yeah.
And you swing around and do your. I did it when I was at Tech, so it wasn't like I was decrepit. I couldn't do it at all.
That's all you need to get on it.
No.
My core hurts. My core hurts just thinking about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable. And because these guys
He's a rodeo guy, and he's sitting there pommel horse. I wonder what kind of horse that is.
I've never heard of that kind of horse.
They're slow.
They're really slow.
No, it's just like anything. I mean, I've trained for a lot of years. Not just like as a hobby. Like I've worked at it daily, just like you would, if you wanted to.
You've been focused.
Be a baseball player, or
Let's deserve it. That you put in the time. You got the championship.
I felt like I deserved this one for sure.
Are there guys that win all the time? I mean, is there? Are there guys that have won this 3 or 4 or 5 times?
No, probably not. I would say, I don't know if anybody's ever won one 3 times, but there's been several that have won twice for sure.
Okay. And you said you're 42?
41.
41. How long do you think you can do this?
Oh, I've got buddies that are, still competing at 55, 60.
Okay. And still at the highest level, or just
a little bit, some. But typically when you get older, they lower your level, and then and honestly, the lower numbered ropings are where they pay big money. Like they had a 9 roping yesterday.
Yeah.
That paid I think they split $400,000. It was over $200,000 a man.
So
because there's so many entries.
Because there's more entries.
They're just passing along the entry money.
Yeah, but this is going to be something you can make money at for a long time.
Yeah. Yep.
So you could quit working for Cobb.
You could quit working for Cobb. That's what I was going to say.
I might already quit. I don't know. I haven't told him yet.
We're making an announcement here today. Cobb, I won't be
Anything you want to tell Gary?
Take it and shove it.
There you go. Now, he's got to be fun to work with.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think you work for him or with him?
I would say with him. I mean, I don't know. He's pretty cool.
He is. Cobb's awesome.
So, all the guys I work with are great.
That's a good bunch, isn't it? Without a doubt. All right. What other sports are you interested in?
Me?
Yeah.
Texas Tech.
Do you have a Heisman candidate that you're for? That's in the news.
Travis Hunter.
I like him, and the kid from Boise State's.
Yeah.
Seems.
Genty or whatever his name is. He's amazing.
How did Boise State get a kid like that?
I have no idea. They got a blue field.
And they played decent. They played a decent. If they hadn't played a decent competition, I would throw that out there as a reason not to vote for him. But they played a decent schedule. Decent enough.
He deserves.
I honestly
to be
didn't
there.
get to watch much. I watched a little bit of the Texas-Georgia game, but I didn't get to watch anything last Saturday. We were all busy roping and stuff. So
was that when the deal was?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's no games today, right? The Army Bowl or something, maybe.
Yeah.
Army-Navy's today.
Army-Navy.
That's about it.
Yeah, it's really slim. This is that weekend. But I think Georgia gets beat, and this is really horrible to say, if their quarterback doesn't get hurt. That kid that came in there brought a fire to him. He really did.
Which one? Georgia's quarterback.
The starting quarterback is won all these games. He's a great quarterback. He got hurt, and they brought in this guy, and he just brought a fire to him. I don't know what.
So he took a rodeo type.
He did. Though. God, he did.
Gee, he got his helmet.
Right by the goal line.
His eyeballs went that way.
Oh wow!
He hopped right up.
What is that loss gonna? Who got the buys? Do we know yet?
Yeah, Arizona State is the 4 seed. Oregon's the 1 seed. Georgia's the 2 seed. Georgia's the 2 seed, and Boise State's the 3.
So Georgia jumped Texas with the same amount of losses?
Yes, they did.
But Georgia beat Texas.
For the championship.
Barely. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the championship.
So they're the 2.
So did Bama make it?
No, SMU got in.
I like Alabama, but I'm glad they didn't make it.
Yeah,
they didn't deserve to.
They didn't deserve to be in it.
And that's what this is supposed to be. Earn your way in.
SMU didn't win their last game, the conference championship, but they got in because of the way they played in the season they've had. They've had a great year.
Yeah, they have.
They're the 11 seed, I think.
See, I haven't seen any of that. Last week was such just a whirlwind, man. It was 7 in the morning to 7
Shawn,
at
we're
night.
about to go. We appreciate it. We're proud of you. You come from a good family. You're a good guy.
You are.
So we're happy for you.
Well,
Lubbock's
Proud
happy
of
for
you.
you.
Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate
I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
You bet. Sorry, I wish we had more time to wrap it up tonight.
We could have bragged.
Is that over the whole show?
You've been listening to the Sports Talk with Thetford and Ashby podcast from Double T 97.3. Catch the show live Saturday mornings from 9 to noon on Double T 97.3 FM or on the Double T 97.3 mobile app.